MAGA civil war, ladies and gentlemen. If you go on Twitter or X, if you watch anything, MSNBC, CNN, anything from the media, even Fox News, they're reporting to us that there's a huge MAGA fallout between Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and the entire Trump administration. According to reports, there was a cabinet meeting where all hell broke loose, and Elon Musk and Marco Rubio went at each other like two stray dogs that hate each other. Then Elon Musk started yelling at everyone else in the room, and then him and Trump started arguing, and even some reports from unnamed sources, of course, like the mainstream media always has, that it was even worse than the Trump and Zelensky meeting. What? Crazy? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to break it down. We're going to look at the facts and evidence of what the mainstream news media is showing to the world, and we're going to look at other clips of what exactly is happening. Where is Trump right now? Where is Elon? What are they doing? And I got a few other very exciting things to show you in this video. But before we continue, do me a huge favor. Give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed with bell notifications on. Leave me a video. Where are you watching me from, and how is your day going? And first things first, I am going to show you this video. So MSNBC, the video is called Musk Demoted. Go inside Trump's explosive, angry cabinet meeting. We're going to watch this.
And we begin with a story that has really striking revelations, and it's from inside the Trump cabinet meeting. And this is something where we're going to learn a lot in the next couple of moments. You may have heard a little bit about it, but I'm going to go through the evidence, the facts here, because it is
Let's go forward
exactly what the national White House, and you'll see why. People in the federal government was an elected bombshell. Reporting around here, you know that from watching the news, right? We mentioned different stories. This is from the New York Times. Credit to their reporters, their journalists getting this story out.
Whoa.
And it is a bombshell.
New York Times.
The Times reports that Musk basically ended up in a clash, a conflict with much of the cabinet. That was Thursday this week. And laced into these other officials, some of whom are important, right? If you're picked to run the State Department, you are a pretty important official within the government. And just to put it clearly, we are talking right now about an unelected billionaire sitting in on these important meetings and going at people in very intense terms.
So you guys get the gist of the story. I'm going to run you through. We're not going to watch the entire 6-minute video, but we're going to go in kind of the clips, the highlights.
The substance matters, as well as, quite frankly, the Secretary of State Rubio, according to the New York Times, basically saying that Rubio was not firing anybody. Quote, "You have fired nobody." And Rubio responds, "What about the more than 1,500 State Department officials who took early retirement in buyouts? Didn't they count as layoffs?" Rubio asking then sarcastically if Musk wanted him to rehire all those people just so he could make a show of firing them again. These are two people at odds over the department that Rubio runs. And the subtext there is about who is being honest or accurate and who is just trying to put on a show.
So here's what they're saying is there was this meeting, and Elon Musk starts saying, "You're not firing enough people. You're not firing enough people." And Marco Rubio stands up to him and says, "What do you mean? There have been over 1,500 people from my department that were fired." And Elon starts screaming, "No, that's not enough." Right? And then the New York Times is reporting this crazy situation that happened. And I started looking into it, ladies and gentlemen, and I started even believing it for a little bit. But check this out. Do you want to know where Trump is right now? And Elon Musk? Right now, they are partying at Mar-a-Lago together. Hold on, I got to turn off the volume so they don't, knock the video out. There's Elon Musk as Donald Trump walks into Mar-a-Lago. There's Donald Trump. The first person he comes up to is Elon Musk and Elon Musk's table. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to know what they're doing? They want to divide Elon Musk, Rubio, and Trump from each other. Do you want to know why? I'm going to show you two videos. One is from France. I'm going to show you two videos right now. One is from France, and one is from the United States. The globalist Democrat politicians all over the world are falling apart. There are mass protests in France right now because France said they want to give their nukes to Ukraine and they want to send their troops on the ground, have boots on the ground in Ukraine to fight against Russia. And the people of France are protesting and saying, we are not going to die for Ukraine. Here's a video. I have to turn off the music, but these are massive protests in France against the globalist leadership, against the globalist agenda in Europe, right? They don't want to go to war. They don't want to go to war. But here is a video from home. So Rhode Island Congressman Gabe Amo refused to stand for 13-year-old cancer survivor. He went on C-SPAN and people were able to call in and, let their opinions and their thoughts be known. And listen, this is a former Democrat who voted Democrat his entire life. He calls on the show to speak to a Democrat congressman about how the Democrats feel about how the Democrat voters feel about how the Democrats acted during Trump's speech. Watch this.
Hi, Congressman. I'd ask you how you're doing, but I need to ask you a question. As you as a caucus and a congressman, do you have to do a mental health evaluation? Because I'll tell you, looking at what you disrespectful, not standing up for that kid the other day who survived cancer and all those angel moms. I was a Democrat from Massachusetts. Pocahontas' home state. I travel the country now, and I went to where woke dies, Florida, and you have lost the people. Let me tell you, I travel the country. Your message is not resonating. Okay, you're transgender, and you represent a small minority. And what you did with those paddles the other night and everything else, and not standing up, is disgusting.
Okay.
And I don't know how.
Thanks, John.
Look, I will stand up for the people of the 1st Congressional District every single day. And I know that.
See, ladies and gentlemen, they are freaking out. The people of the world are rising up, whether it's from France. There are huge protests, anti-Zelensky protests in Ukraine right now. Right now. And it's Saturday evening. Sunday's tomorrow. Got to get to church early. So I'm going to wrap it up with this thought. There is no civil war. It's fake news. They want Donald Trump and the MAGA party and Elon Musk divided. Why? Because what they have already uncovered in the first 45 days of Trump's presidency is shocking. And, imagine this. For those of you who are, older parents, my oldest child is 12. And so I'm just going to go back to my teenage years when I was doing things I shouldn't have been doing. I had things in my room that I shouldn't have had. And if my parents were to find the beer I was hiding under my bed when I was 17, I knew I was about to get a beating, Soviet Union style. And so out of nowhere, my dad is going into my room and says, I'm going to go through your room. Son, I want to make sure I can trust you. I want to go through your room. How would I react? No, Dad, you don't have to. I promise you, everything's good. Don't look in there. I would tell him how much I love him. I would hug him. I would say, "Oh, Dad, you're going to make a mess." I'm going to go from excuse to excuse, from begging to crying to whatever. Just don't look. Stop. I'll start pointing finger at my older brother. Do you know that he's smoking cigarettes? These are all examples I'm making up in my head as I'm going, but I would be screaming and crying and arguing and begging. But if there's nothing there, I'd be like, "Dad, go look." Here is the greatest example from the last 9 years. When Trump won the election in 2016, we were told what? Russia hacked our elections. Trump stole the elections. And then they started all these investigations and these committees, right? We got to look into election fraud. And Trump said, "Go ahead. Do whatever you want. Look into 2016 election. I won fair and square." He never said, "Don't look." He always said, "Go look, see what you find." And then 2020 happened, and we started asking the same questions that the Democrats were asking after the 2016 election. How did the Democrats react? "Looking into the 2020 election is anti-democratic. You're an election denier, and that's a threat to democracy. You hate freedom." Remember that? Don't look. If you look, if you want to investigate it, you're anti-America. Raw. And now they're acting the same way with Elon Musk looking into the money. I'm going to show you something. I almost forgot I was going to talk about this. Here we go. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Come on. Here we go. Elon Musk today. This is why this story is going mainstream today. I'm going to show you right now. Want to know why it's going mainstream news today? Because today is when Elon Musk revealed a name. As we all know, and you all know, that there are anti-Elon Musk, anti-Tesla protests. I mean, just in Portland, Oregon, they are breaking dealership windows and throwing rocks at the Teslas that are for sale. Well, Elon Musk and Doge have discovered that ActBlue and George Soros are funding these crazy protesters. Here we go. Elon Musk reveals the big name Democratic donors funding attacks on Tesla. So the same day that Elon Musk gives us some names, just so that the mainstream news media doesn't cover those names, they are covering a fake civil war within MAGA. Nice. Here we go. Elon Musk has revealed the big name Democrat donors behind the protests at Tesla stores. Posting on the X platform that he owns, Musk said that he believes 5 groups are behind the protests, many of which have resorted to violence. However, these groups are all funded by ActBlue, the troubled Democrat Party fundraising organization backed by liberal billionaire donors, including George Soros and LinkedIn founder Reid Hoffman. Musk explained an investigation has found 5 ActBlue funded groups responsible for Tesla protests. Troublemakers, Disruption Project, Rise and Resist, Indivisible Project, and Democratic Socialists of America. ActBlue funders include George Soros, Reid Hoffman, Herbert Sandler, Patricia Baumann, and Leah Hunt Hendricks. ActBlue is currently under investigation for allowing foreign and illegal donations and criminal violation of campaign finance regulations. This week, 7 ActBlue senior officials resigned, including the Associated General Counsel. The ActBlue organization is collapsing in front of our very own eyes. And Doge is looking into our government and seeing that ActBlue took a lot of money And, well, they took a lot of money from shady donors and then gave a lot of Democrats a lot of money. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is no wonder that today the fake news media is pushing this propaganda and fake news about MAGA civil war. Trying to divide the base, trying to divide Trump from Elon, because Elon is dropping names. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, pray for our president, pray for his cabinet, pray for our country, pray for Ukraine war to end. You know, Trump promised to end it on day one, but it's I don't think he understood how deep the war got, how emotional the war is between the Russian and the Ukrainian side, how many different globalist agendas are all connected to the war in Ukraine. It's no secret that Russia wants to be the dominant country of the world. So there are two dominant forces. There's the West and there's the East. Both want to run the world, and they are fighting it out for control in Ukraine. We're going to see how it all goes. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, if you're not in Arizona, thank you, Kathleen. If you're not in Arizona, like I am, man, it's nice not having to worry about my clock. I know what time it's going to be. Ladies and gentlemen, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe. God bless you. For all the men out there, today is International Women's Day. Don't forget about your loved ones, the girls, the women in your life that you love. Go get them some flowers and some chocolates. God bless you guys. See you on the next one. Have a great rest of the day.